If you're the type of person who wants to get better, in this video, I'm going to show you an 8-step process that will help you solve your marketing problems and your marketing struggles. Hello, my name is Mark Delaney, and I'm the founder of ChampionsUniversity.com. I live every day with the belief that absolutely nothing will get better in my life until I get better in that area. And so I've worked fervently over the last 10 years to become great at marketing. If you can accept my belief that nothing will get better for you until you get better, have I got a way to help you solve your marketing problems, your marketing struggles, so you can get better clients, you can charge them more, they will willingly pay you more and more often, and you can create the business, income, and freedom that you started your business to create. But it all starts with the belief that nothing will get better until you and I get better. Everyone can be a successful marketer if they're willing to do the right things. So let me start by asking you this question. What is your biggest marketing struggles? What do you struggle with when it comes to branding, marketing, or selling your products and services? So when I ask that question, I get some very, very standard answers. Number one, I don't really understand what branding is and what is the purpose of branding. I don't have a marketing and sales strategy. I get things like, okay, I learn what to do, but then I struggle myself to do it on a consistent basis. I also I make sales, but I end up with cheap clients who are very demanding. I don't know what's wrong. I just know what I'm doing isn't working because everyone tells me no. I also I'm just too busy working my business to do the marketing. And what I'd like to suggest to you is that those are more symptoms of the real problem than they are actual problems, if that makes sense. So would you like to become better so your marketing will get better? Well, if so, here's an 8-step process that I know if you did all 8 steps will solve every marketing problem and struggle you have, as long as you've got a product or service that's in demand, okay? Step number 1 is to examine your motive. I need you to want to become great at what you do. Not just at marketing, but at everything you do regarding your business, including marketing. My studies indicate that so many of us in business are struggling with survival. Every day we wake up and decide, how can I get through this day, this week, or this month, instead of being great at what we do. Or our focus is on being successful. I want to make all this money. I want money, money, money. But if you're not really great at what you do, the reality is you'll never make a lot of money, at least not for a long time. Or some of us love being in business, the freedom, the 7-hour schedule, having lunch with our girlfriends or the fellas. We love that. But wanting to be in business, wanting to survive, wanting to make money is not the same as being great. This formula and becoming better as a marketer only works when you decide you want to be great. Great at product development, great at product delivery, customer service, and oh yeah, that marketing thing. If you will start by making a decision from this day forward that you want to be great, the other 7 steps become very, very easy. But if you're focused on survival, you won't be able to follow this procedure. If you focus on just making money and what's in it for you, you won't be able to follow this procedure. And if you're just having a great time, even though you're not making any money, the next 7 steps won't matter. But if you can decide you want to be great, these 7 steps are going to rock your world, your income, and your business. Step number 2, choose a model to follow. Now, I know you've been to workshops where they taught you how to market. Some presenter presented you with a model and said, do this, this, and this, and watch all the money roll in. Well, you probably did it for a day or two, Well, I'm going to challenge you to choose a model. Pick your favorite presenter and follow what they told you to do. That's all I want you to do in step 2. If you've never been to a workshop or you have no idea of a model, just start by saying, do you want to buy some of this stuff? Just go out and say, do you want to buy some of this stuff? And then you'll understand when we get to step 3. So step 3 is follow the model you chose in step 2 for 5 days. And every day, I want you to talk to a minimum of 10 people. Whatever the model is, get to 10 people and follow the model. If it's social media, if it's a specific social media, if it's networking events, if it's phone calling, if it's meeting people as you go, however you meet them, you have to commit to meeting 10 people a day. If you're full-time in your business. If you're part-time, maybe it's 5 or maybe it's 3, but you have to do it consistently for 5 days and get to enough people to do step 4, which I'll reveal in a second. Step 4, measure as specifically as possible your activity and your results. So let's say over the course of 5 days, you talk to an average of 10 people a day. And over the course of those 50 people, 20 of them basically laughed you out of the room. Another 10 went on to step 2, another 10 went on to step 3, and let's say 4 of them purchased. And some of them, you exchange information, but you just never reach them again. But you record whatever happens over the course of the steps. So in step 5, I want you to notice what happened. Notice the patterns. Was there a certain type of person who always went through the steps? Did you always get stuck at a certain step along the way? Notice what happens. Now, this is a very difficult step, but it's very required that you be intuitive and really know what happened. Did you appeal more to females? Did you appeal more to a certain race, an age, a gender, a profession, an occupation, a state of mind? Who was it that you got further through the process on? And who was absolutely not interested at all? Who was it that you talked to that went to step 2 and step 3 and step 4? What was it about them? What did you do? What did you wear? What did you say? How did you appeal to those people, whereas you didn't appeal to other people? What did you do that made a difference? That's what I want you to analyze. That's what you do in step 5. You analyze what happened at the end of your week of carrying out that model. Step 6, I want you to solve one problem at a time. So if a large number of people said, I don't even want to hear anymore, I don't want anything to do with you, they laugh you out of the room, I want you to figure out what it was about those people or what it was about what you did. Solve that problem. So a high percentage of people get to step 2. Whatever step 2 is, whatever fails you, figure it out, solve that problem, and you get a higher percentage of people to step 3 and to step 4 and to however many steps in your model. So for example, if your model is get contact information, what percentage of time do you get past that step? And what is about those people that you get past that step with? And what is about those who reject you? Solve that problem and you'll get more contact information. With that contact information, now you need to get together and meet or watch a video or whatever it is. But figure out how you can solve one problem at a time. And you might have to do such things as eliminate certain people or certain steps or certain things you say from your entire model. Maybe you do more of what actually worked, but you keep tweaking it until you solve one problem at a time. Step 7 is repeat steps 3 through 6 until you solve each problem one at a time until you get the results that you want, meaning you solved all the problems. Now, step 7 requires patience, it requires discipline, it requires something a lot of people who just want to survive, who just want to make money, who just love being in business aren't willing to do. It is do the hard stuff that the average person's not willing to do. That's why it's so important that you always remember your motive is to be great. If you truly want to be great, then you want to solve one problem at a time. because each problem you solve makes you better, so your results will get better. And remember my primary belief that I want you to accept: nothing will get better until you get better. And so, should you ever make it to this step, step 8, I don't want you to ever stop doing what you're doing until you create a movement of people who love what you present, who love what you provide, who follow you because you've solved their problem, you've made their lives better, you saved them money, you've helped them become better at whatever it is that they do. When you create a movement, all of a sudden, your message, your ideas become the thing that other people live by. And that's when you know you're truly great. Those are the 8 steps that I guarantee you will solve your marketing problems if you are willing to, first of all, decide you want to be great so you get better, and then follow the rest of the procedures. So I really wish that I could have presented you with a simple 3-step, easy, whiz-bang procedure that would solve all of your marketing problems. But one of the reasons you have marketing problems is because you've been searching for a 3-step, simple procedure that always gets the job done. And that just doesn't exist. Marketing is hard. And the only way to overcome it and to be great at marketing is for you to get better as a marketer, to become great at your entire business. And then you'll build something that no one can tear down. So one of the reasons why I speak to you the way I do is because I actually was that person. See, I spent nearly 10 years sitting at my desk, creating products, videos, writing books, you name it, I created it. I actually have 6 published books and a video vault of videos. But you know what I wasn't doing when I was making those things? I wasn't marketing. In fact, my most embarrassing story is I once wrote a book called The Devil's Playbook. I published it. I printed it. The books were shipped to me. I sent out an email to the same 50 people I always send emails to. When none of them bought, my thought was, what's the next book? That didn't work. So if you've experienced some of the things that we've talked about, believe me, I know exactly what you're talking about. So what changed? Well, it was Mother's Day of 2015, and I woke up at my mother's house on Mother's Day. Not because I love my mother, but because my wife kicked me out. She was tired of supporting me in my dream of being a successful business owner, but not producing any results. And that morning I prayed, Lord, to the God with a capital G, I know I'm not the best business owner in the world, but I can't be this bad. See, that morning I had no money, no income, no clients, and no reason to believe that I could make my marketing work. But I did believe, and I made that prayer, and things changed after that. But you know what changed? Nothing outside of me changed. Something inside of me changed. And I began to talk to people about all of the products that I developed. And over the course from Mother's Day of 2015 to Mother's Day of 2016, my income, my business, my clients, and my life changed. Below this video are some details about how what I call a client factory changed for me. How my average dollar value of a client went from $50 all the way up to over $4,000. I want you to just think about that. And basically, it all started with my willingness to get out and talk to people on a consistent basis. Where I've taken what I've learned and created something called a client factory. And a client factory is how we as marketers use our time, our energy, our creativity, and our expertise to create the clients we want. To get those clients to pay us more, to get those clients to pay us more often because they stick with us longer. And that's how a business creates the income, the scalable business, and the freedom that we start a business to create. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd like to invite you to join me for a workshop called architecting your client factory. In this workshop, you're going to learn how to actually create your branding, marketing, and sales strategies. To do that, in the workshop, I'm going to ask you to answer the questions that help you define what your brand is, that help you define what your value proposition is, that help you define what you are actually offering, so that when the people you're trying to reach hear it, they know you're the one who can help them. Now, when I created Client Factory, it was to take the art out of marketing and branding and replace it with a step-by-step scientific approach to getting your marketing right by solving one marketing problem at a time. And when you solve one problem at a time, you end up with a system that generates the results that you want. That becomes your client factory. So I need to tell you that regardless of whether or not you take my class or not, you already have a client factory. It may be broken, it may not be producing the clients you want, but you have one. Every marketer has one. My job is to get your factory producing the results you want. And we figured out ways to do that. So in this workshop, you will learn these high-level strategies. Number one, you will learn the difference between selling a product and marketing an idea. Number two, you will learn a step-by-step formula that provides you with a way to solve one problem at a time, to improve every step and every element of your marketing so you get the results that you want. Number three, you will learn how to create a marketing model based on your products and services, based on your strengths, and based on your present situation. And the reason present situation is so important is because if you listen to someone who's an internet guru, they will tell you how to write emails and send them and get a tremendous response. But they have 5,000 to 500,000, sometimes 1 million followers. So a 2% response sent to 1 million people can make them a lot of money. You've got 50 people on your list, 2% return on that isn't going to make you money. And that's why we need to work with your strengths and your present situation to create the right model. The fourth thing that you need to learn is how to become better so you are a better marketer. Remember, nothing will get better until you get better, so you need to learn how to get better. And I'll teach you a 5-step process to actually help you become more powerful, more dynamic, bolder, and actually follow the marketing strategies you create in the workshop. The fifth thing you'll learn is the concept of an offering. Through offerings, you're able to earn repeat income, you're able to collect more total revenue, and you're able to increase the average dollar value of every client you obtain from this moment forward. The sixth thing that you'll learn is how to engage people by getting their attention, how to create genuine interest in what you're doing and saying, and how to demonstrate that you can solve their problem so that when it comes time for them to make a decision, you're the natural yes, help me. The worst thing that you and I can ever do is talk to inattention. And that's why getting their attention is so important in the beginning. The seventh thing you'll learn is strategies to increase your prices, the number of customers you obtain, the number of times each customer buys from you, the number of different products or services a customer will buy from you, and ways to overall increase your average dollar for every sale you make and every client you obtain. The eighth thing you will learn is how to identify and recognize the person, the business, or the groups who are most likely to buy your product and services, but specifically buy them from you. See, if you're in a competitive field, just because someone's interested in your product and services doesn't help you unless they're willing to buy them from you specifically. The ninth thing that you'll learn is the importance of getting people to buy something they weren't planning on buying. This economy that we live in would absolutely suck if people only bought what they planned to buy. So one of the things we have to do is get people to buy something today they didn't wake up planning to buy. Yes, they need it, but they didn't plan on it. And that's where we become excellent marketers, when we can help people make that decision. And the final thing I'll talk about in this video is how to create a movement where your products and services are not just a product or service, but it's you and your ideas that are becoming what's promoted, not just some product or service, but you and what you're really trying to accomplish through your products or services. And in case you wonder what that means, when I tell you that I believe with all my heart that nothing will get better for me or you until you and I get better at whatever we're doing. That applies to our health and fitness, our finances, it applies to our relationships, and it definitely applies to marketing and business. That's a movement I am starting. Nothing will get better until you get better. If you ever saw me, I'm going to be wearing this ribbon that actually says, nothing will get better until I get better. I give them to all my clients and I encourage them to wear them. This is the movement I have started. Nothing will get better until you and I get better. What movement do you want to start? So we've talked in this video about the biggest struggles we have as marketers. And I've shown you some things that you can do. Mainly get up, go out and do something. Go out and talk to people. Talk to enough people that you can figure out what works and what doesn't work. But if you'd like to put together a better plan of action to get started, then I invite you to attend this workshop. Below this video are all the details. You can read more stuff about a workshop than you ever wanted to read. But just below this video is a button. You click that button and you can register for this next upcoming workshop. If you still need more details, they're there below also. The bottom line is, you cannot attend workshop after workshop after workshop because all of the different philosophies collide and leave you confused. You need a specific strategy based on you, your story, your expertise, the problem you solve, and the people you help. And that's why this is called architecting your client factory. So I would remind you, you already have a factory. It may not be producing clients, it may not be producing the clients you want, but you've got a factory. And all I'm suggesting is you let us architect it so you effectively use your time, your energy, your creativity, and your expertise to create a system, to create the scripts, the steps, and the processes that you use to actually get the clients you want. Clients who pay you more often, clients who pay you more money, and the type of clients you enjoy working with. That's what this workshop will do for you. This is Mark Delaney, and I sincerely hope I get to see you at the next Architecting Your Client Factory workshop. And if you do, here's my simple guarantee. Spend 2 hours in the class, and if you don't think this is anything different, if you don't think this will help you, you can leave and get a complete 100% refund. Doesn't get any better than that. That's my commitment and my guarantee that this workshop is the most unique marketing workshop you've ever taken. It will challenge you like no other, and it will help you create an actual, tangible marketing and sales strategy for your company. That sounds good to you? Click the button just below, and I look forward to seeing you at the next workshop.